I'm a taxpayer, I'm a plasterer by trade, I'm a taxi man, and now I'm a councillor. I paid my taxes all my life. I want the single mother that was left behind to get my taxes. I want the people struggling with addiction to get the services out of my taxes. I want young couples out who are trying to get on the property ladder or rent the property, them to get my taxes. I don't want illegal immigrants that are coming in and sponging off the state, pretending that they're in integration. The US are cutting everything in the US. They're starting to Donald Trump, our politicians, right? This is the bureaucracy that goes in Ireland. Our politicians insulted President Trump. Now they're licking over to him. We'll go over and give a bowl of shamrocks. You have Mary Lou McDonald saying of Sinn Féin, oh no, I'm not going over because I stand with the Palestinian people, right? But she was happy to go over when Joe Biden was in charge, who was carpet-bombing Palestine. It's hypocrisy. These are hypocrites. They don't want to hear what the average person has to say. They freeze them out from having a voice. It's not right.
Well, if only there was more politicians like you, maybe Ireland would be a better place. You're very passionate about it.
Well, look at majority of people feel like me, but don't have a voice. Yeah. Because the media, RTE, we have a Minister for Children, Roderick O'Gorman. Like, this is how bad it is. He admits his department deleted files involving the abuse of vulnerable children in state care. No question. Where are the missing children? No investigation. Jossie, Tusley, the government hired a care home, I think the name of them was. I may be wrong on that name. But they hired unvetted staff to look after vulnerable children in state care. I mean, children, the most vulnerable of children, being looked after by people who aren't vetted properly. How can that happen in a country that's meant to be first world? We're slowly becoming like a third world country, and that's the reality of it. And what they want to do is just, they're more concerned about Palestine and Israel and Ukraine than what's going on in their country. And I've had it up to here with it, and so have most of the people. They gaslight the public. RTE are a disgrace. They're fake news. I'll call it to their faces. The Irish Times, the Irish Independent, when what they do is these call themselves journalists, right? And when you interview, you won't talk, because when you have an interview with them, they quote what you're saying, take a little bit up, go to their editor, and they edit and change the story. That's what they do. They're employees. They're not.
That's why I don't like to work for a lot of mainstream media, because you never know what narrative they're pushing out.
Well, exactly. They're not journalists. They're employees. They're just told what to say. It's go along. Remember, RT was bailed out by over 700 million for the Irish taxpayer. We owned it. We paid for it. But what do our politicians spend the money on? A security hut. Millions on waste, overspend on the children's hospital, the dearest children's hospital in the world. And yes, we do need a new children's hospital. But the cost that it's costing is astronomical. Then the multinationals. We've the vulture funds. That's another thing I want to talk about that you don't want to talk about. Jacking up interest rates on people. So imagine this, a bank repossesses a home because a couple can't afford it, a family can't afford it anymore. It gets handed over to the likes of Mars Capital and Pepper Finance. Unfortunately, we have the second name as these tow rags. And they jack up the interest rates to 9%. And say, when these people already couldn't pay the interest at 3%. This makes absolutely no economic sense whatsoever. Rather than the state taking over the house and putting out an affordable price for the people living in it. But nobody wants to talk about them. Then these vulture funds that are coming in, buying up blocks of apartments, renting it out to high-paid tech workers, when the average person that works in Tesco or McDonald's or Costa, they're left behind. And then who are they competing with? They're competing with these economic migrants that I've said come from Brazil and all and work for the likes of Deliveroo and all. You have 10 of them living in apartments or houses. So, the landlord is getting $8,000, $9,000 a month. So a young couple can't afford the $2,000. This is the Ireland that I'm living in. What happened to the Ireland when we used to go down to Mosney with our kids? Or we used to go, if we had the money, we'd go on a holiday every couple of years, where you were safe to go out and play in the playground and go across. Why can't we have that? Why is that gone? And the politicians have failed us, and we're here to call them out. At the end of the day, these people only care about the safety. It's about safety. It's about keeping our people safe. And the politicians in Europe's a basket case. It's a complete and utter basket case. It's falling apart. There's crime all over Europe. They don't talk about it. I think there was 70 Christians I heard on the news that were killed in Congo or something like that. Not on the news. Why does Sky News not talk about it? Why does BBC not talk about it? RTE, they're all the same. They just do what the government tells them. So they're not representing the people, they're representing their back pockets.
Well, thank you for your time and I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank
Lovely
you.
to meet you.
Thank you. I'm Sammy Woodhouse at Rebel News, and I've travelled from the UK to Rossland in Ireland for the illegal immigration protest. Now, we here at Rebel News aren't government funded, so of course we need your help and support with donations to fund our journalism. So if you would like to get behind me and support me in all of my work, then please head over to migrantreport.com. Thank you.